Good morning, and welcome everybody to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a gear review of the Osprey Exos 58 backpack. So come join me. Alright, first of all, I'd just like to say I'm not endorsed or supported by Osprey in any way, shape, or form. This gear review is completely independent, so let's get down to business. The weight of the Exos 58 backpack is 1.65 pounds. One of the features it has is a tensioned mesh backing, as you can see right here. And this allows your back to breathe better, especially when you're sweating. It'll allow that sweat to evaporate much better, which is a pretty good feature. It has padded strap and hip belt. Not a lot of padding on the hip belt, but a little. It has 3 mesh pockets, 2 on the side and 1 on the back, all in the lower part of the backpack. And I'll get into those a little later, but I love those. It has a loop, actually 2 loops to carry an ice axe. It has a zippered top compartment, or a brain if you will. This pack is not waterproof, so you need to buy a pack cover for it, and Osprey has one for about 30 bucks I believe, which is really expensive for a pack cover. So the total price of the pack would be about $250. There is a high visibility pack cover too, which is about $20. It's a little less than the other pack cover. It supposedly has a pad carrier, but I really haven't figured out how to use it properly. And stow and go trekking pole carriers. So supposedly if you have a rock scramble to do, you can stow your poles and continue up the scramble without taking your pack off. Which sounds like a nice feature, but it didn't really work well for me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So let's elaborate further on what's going on with the pack. So let me tell you about my experience thus far with this backpack. I've owned the backpack about 6 months, and I've taken it on 9 trips, and I've probably done over 100 miles in the backpack. The reason I purchased this backpack is because I wanted to test something out for using on my thru hike of the Appalachian Trail in 2021. Alright, the features that I enjoy on this backpack are the padded straps and the mesh padding, the mesh pockets, especially these side ones. And I like Osprey's guarantee. I haven't had to put it to the test yet, but they have what they call the almighty guarantee. So it's basically an unlimited warranty. So hopefully I can get this pack refurbished a little bit before I take it on the AT, which would be awesome to be able to test it, know that it's the pack I want, and then get it repaired just before I take it on the AT. That would be amazing. Okay, the reason why I like the mesh pockets on the side is that it's good for your water bottles. As you can see, I have one right here. You can put them in the side and it's like, you know, a holster for your water bottle, so you can just pull it out and drink, which I think is really awesome. And there's enough room to store more stuff in there. You can store at least 2 water bottles, and I sometimes store my tripod in there as well, selfie stick, whatever, you know, things that you need to grab quickly. Dual access, I think they call it, which is really nice. Things that I do not like about the backpack are as follows. You can see this compression strap here. I don't like it, but the only thing it's really good for is if, say, you have a fishing pole or something long that you're stashing in there, you can thread it through and it'll hold it on there better. But you can use a shorter strap for that and tie it onto other little straps that it has on there. So I don't think the compression straps are really necessary. And in fact, I think the compression straps get in the way. They sometimes, if you have them too tight or whatever, they sometimes block, and you have multiple items in there and the pack is full, they block access to the side pockets, which is counterproductive. But these are detachable from what I understand, and I think for next season, I'm going to detach them. The next thing that I do not like about the pack would be the stow and go trekking pole carriers. I have tried out the stow and go trekking pole carriers in places where I needed to scramble, and it didn't work out that well. The trekking poles got in the way of your arm as you're bumping it with your shoulder. It's hooking onto rocks. It didn't work for me. I do not like the stow and go trekking pole carriers. It's a lot easier to just take off the pack, stick the trekking poles in the mesh pocket, and then go from there, and then just take it off again at the end of the scramble. It only takes a couple seconds. So what's the big deal, you know? It's a good idea in theory, but it didn't work in practice. The last thing that I don't like about the pack is it has a detachable brain, as many packs do, but I found that you can't use it really as a day pack because it doesn't have waist straps. I wish it had waist straps on the inside like my Gregory pack does. I've got an old Gregory Ballatoro that has a detachable brain that you can use as a fanny pack, and I think that would just be an awesome feature for a thru hiking pack. And that's basically what this is designed for, is thru hiking. I would just like to say that a waist strap for the brain would be awesome. That way you could leave your pack at camp, hike into town. That way you don't have to take your whole big old backpack with you. That would be a great advantage to have, but it doesn't work with this pack. I'd also like to say that the pack doesn't have any hip pockets. I think it used to on an old design of it, from what I understand, but they got rid of it. It wasn't very popular with people. But I kind of like to have hip pockets to store little snacks in and that sort of stuff, so that you don't have to take your pack off and sit. You can eat as you go, which is kind of nice. Not that big of a deal, and you can buy other straps that would work for it or whatever. But so wear and tear after a year. It's held up amazingly well. There's no frays in the stitching anywhere that I can see. The only wear that I can find There's one little spot right here on the back mesh pocket. And I think it was because I actually filled it too full. So that was my own fault. And then, you know, bumped it against stuff. Here's another little fray. So the mesh is probably the weakest part of the pack. That's the Exos 58 backpack by Osprey in a nutshell. In conclusion, I needed a backpack for my future through hike of the Appalachian Trail. So, is this the one? I think yes. I think there's a reason that for years this has been one of the most popular packs on the trail. It's a darn good backpack, good warranty. It packs about the right amount of weight. It's estimated you want to pack between 20 and 40 pounds, which is what you need. I have packed more with this pack. I've packed over 50, I believe, for an 8-day trip on the Skyline Trail. I'll leave a link up here, a card for you to click on if you want to see that video. And it did amazingly well. It was comfortable, even with excess weight. Not as comfortable with as with a lighter weight, but it still was comfortable enough. So, in conclusion, I'll give it about a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Maybe even a 4.75 out of 5. It's a darn good pack. And the bottom line is, will I use it on the Appalachian Trail? Absolutely. It's going to be my pack to use on that trail. And for next year to get in shape for the trail. So I hope you liked this video and you found it informative. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please check out the links down below, and have a good one.